Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to be taking a look at Beefy Finance. I mentioned these in my video there 3 days ago, how much can 5,000 earn per day in passive income, and I just briefly touched on adding an LP to that. So if you haven't watched that, make sure you check out that video because it goes through the entire system in general of what I'm doing, but also I touch on the meme kind that I added to that LP. Now that we're on Beefy Finance, you can see here straight away, you can see what I have invested into it at the moment. I'll go touch on this now in a moment, but I just want to give you a brief overview of kind of what happens with Beefy and stuff. So Beefy been around now, I'd say for the last 4 or 5 years. I would say I heavily used these back in 2020, 2021. Obviously it was more so on Binance Smart Chain, and would have used it to compound a lot of different projects, and it's extreme rapid compounding of LPs, and I think it was a really powerful tool back then, and I think now again it is becoming really powerful again. I think the big thing for these now is obviously the concentrated liquidity section, where it's managed for you. You can see right off the bat here, you can see the different chains that are available for it. So they're quickly spread through to different chains, and any chain that's starting to pick up or is hot, they're very quick to it. APYs, it's simple enough. It shows you the compounding of the APY. So the way it works is, what we'll do is we'll use my one as an example, I suppose. So I invested into the Meagles Wrapped East concentrated liquidity pool that's been managed by them, and I invested into this, I would say, 3 days ago in this video. So in this video you can see here I invested roughly around this price point, and you can see, if we just roll this on for a second, you can see that the deposit went down to $140. So there was a big drop straight away, and you can see this in the actual charts here. So you can see roughly around here, I think maybe it was, is when I invested into it, we dropped right off, and now we're starting to see the positive side again. Like 42% is up in the last 24 hours. But as I said, the key thing here to remember is compounding, and it is extremely risky, don't get me wrong, especially with the APYs. Like, I'm averaging 2-3% per day on this pool now, but like it's $3.50. It was $4 there this morning. But if we look closer into this pool now, you can see that you can see now here's the different amounts. So what I originally invested into it was $158. We're now sitting at $166. That's including the profit from the fees, and it's including obviously it's the impermanent loss and the price deviations and stuff like that as well. But if you look again, as I mentioned, we're up to 166 now. Again, I suppose the big thing to remember is, don't be shocked when tokens drop. The reason I got into this one especially is because it's on base chain, and I think it is going to kind of have a similar journey as Brett had. It's withstood the first kind of major sell-off, and I'll imagine it will continue on the price increase, as provided the market holds up and stuff like that. But you can see here anyway, I deposited 166, was down to 158, and P&L is $7. So it's not extreme, but as I said, this is potentially an opportunity now that I'm going to use this to compound into a bag of this. And as I said, I'm going to throw in a few pound every so often into this pool. You can easily deposit tokens into it, so you select whichever token you want to add. Obviously it's on base chain again, so you can pick it and it automatically zaps it into the token you want. So again, we can put it into Ethereum, zaps it into it. There's no deposit fee, no withdrawal fee. They just get a percentage of the compound. It gives you a breakdown of the historical range and stuff of that they've been in. And if some of you are familiar, you watched my video the other day, I have this one, and this is basically showing me managing the concentrated liquidity for Wrapped Eat and Brett. I'm in a range here at the moment, but as I said, I have to manage it all. Whereas Beefy is all hands off. You deposit your tokens into it, let them compound and grow. Now, the one piece of advice here as I would give is, if you're looking to get into certain farms, so if we pick again base, and you decide the Chomp one, or the APY is really high, but the community mightn't be strong around Chomp, and that's where then you have to make sure whatever APY you're getting into. And again, if it's a high risk one, you try and do a bit more research into it and what's happening with it and stuff like that. But you can see potentially the two farms are strong. They have a decent community. We can get 2.1% daily or almost 1% daily on both farms. So again, as I said, 166 deposit. I think I mentioned the potential of this in my previous videos, but again, there is huge potential for it. And if you refused or decided not to go with obviously the risk plays, you can go with the easier plays, the less risky plays. So like, where is it now? There's some down here somewhere. We go back up. So the less riskier plays. So if we just stick to the daily, you can see that we can go down to ESD USDT is 0.5. You can see Matic USDC is 0.4. So again, all you have to do is connect your chain to each address or each network basically, and you can do it all from the one place. And again, depositing any token you want into it, provided it's on the chain. You can see USDC and Ethereum, you can get 209%. Again, 0.43% per day. The TVL is 391,000. So that's something I would be trying to keep an eye on, that we're trying to get into ones with the TVL a little bit higher. It helps support what you're doing, I think, and maybe the price fluctuations are not as extreme. So yeah, look, what I'll do is I'll try and keep following up on this, see how it's doing, and I might just keep adding a small amount to it, or I might just leave it and see how it goes for another week or two and then take it from there. But if you see here on my dashboard, I've generated $14 in yield. Obviously it's the price has went up and down and stuff like that, so we're in $7 of profit. There is obvious high and permanent loss here in this with this pool as well, so that's something to be aware of. Again, this is why I look to try and get into these pools, and my aim here is to grow a bag of the Meagles and obviously earn the yield potentially as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. Thanks very much for watching, and I hope everyone has a great day. Thank you.